miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. You are a angel, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. 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 I am a lucky one.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And as always, we're here to share thoughts on things that affect us all. My name is Cynthia, and I'm here in the studio with
Beatrice
and
Stephanie Bartolome.
all right. So today we are talking about strict parenting. Strict parenting, when parents set high standards, lot of rules, and expect total obedience. Some argue it helps children become disciplined and focused, while others believe it creates fear, rebellion, or distance at home. So we are going to be diving into that. You too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 09036485868. That is 09036485868 to share your opinion on our focus for today. Okay, I'll begin with you, Beatrice. Well, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank
All right,
you.
okay. How about you, Stephanie? How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Hope you are too.
I am, all right. Okay, so Beatrice,
Yes.
tell me, were your parents strict with you?
Actually, I was not trained by my parents, actually.
Okay.
I grew up under the care of my siblings.
All right.
I'm the last one, so it was like they begged me for my siblings. So, and they were strict though, but they were the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah. Okay. So, Stephanie, how about you? I just want this question. I would just want to know what we are looking at first. Let's know which perspective everyone is coming from. So, Stephanie, were your parents strict with you?
Yes. Actually, my parents were that kind of parents that were very strict. They were strict disciplinarians.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, what makes parents choose strict parenting over gentle parenting? Stephanie.
Well, I feel parents choose to be strict because initially they have to put up an act. Yes, they really have to put up. I feel they really need to put up an act, so to say, so that those children can really know that because at times they are doing this, are being strict, not like, and then we the children might begin to feel they don't love us or they are overdoing
too much.
it. Yes. But then I'm sure they have to put on this act in order to set boundaries, in order for those children to know that this can't be taken at all.
Yeah.
You can't do this and go scot-free. There's no room for this and this in this house.
True.
So you have to adhere to their own rules. So they put up this acts, they put up these disciplinary actions, this strict discipline, so to say, to caution the children, to make sure the children are in order. They are working towards the right steps, to make sure this children, just to watch out that these children turn up to be the best that they want them to be.
Also, because whether you like it or not, you're going to have children that will just listen to you, and sometimes they're going to be stubborn ones as well.
Definitely.
So okay, so Beatrice, comment on that. Why do you think some parents prefer strict parenting over gentle parenting?
No parents will want their children to just be anyhow, to behave anyhow.
Not useless children.
Yes, everybody wants their children to be an example in the society. As such, they have to be strict. They have to parent them strictly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, if you have just joined us, this is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And today we are talking about strict parenting. You too can be part of the discussion when you call us on 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868 to share your opinion. Why do you think parents prefer strict parenting over gentle parenting? Okay, so Beatrice,
Yes.
do you think that strict parenting helped? Because I know you mentioned that to an extent, your siblings who raised you, they were kind of strict. So do you think that has helped you to who you are today, or was it too much on you?
Well, it wasn't much. Oh. They did it like it was okay for me. Okay, at that point, but I didn't find it funny. I didn't like it. But
True.
now, growing up, I realized that it has
They
really
were right.
yes, it has made an impact in my life.
Yeah.
I remember when my brother would give me house arrest so that because I usually go out a lot. And then now I realize that it has helped me a lot because I don't just go out.
And when you go out too much, you tend to get in a lot of trouble and all of that.
Yes.
Okay, so you definitely think that the strict parenting helped shape to you to who you are today.
Yes, but again, not that much. Oh. I'm not in support of overdoing it.
Okay,
Yes.
just subtle.
Just yes, it should be
Okay.
like not much.
All right. Okay. Remember, if you're listening to us, you too can be part of this discussion. When you call us on 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868. Calling to share your opinion. Were your parents strict, or do you think the strict parenting has shaped you to who you are today? Okay, so back to you, Stephanie. Do you think that the strict parenting has helped, like for you personally? Did he somehow shape you to where you are today? Did he at least add one or two things to you? Well, hold on. Hello? Go on, Stephanie.
Okay, so I would say in everything we do, in everything one does, there definitely has to be a balance because, yes, doing parenting strictly has its own effects that might turn out bad for the children.
Yeah.
Yes, for instance, it depends on how you're disciplining these children. They turn out to even be afraid of you. They turn out to, fear takes control of them, and they're no longer free to even communicate with you freely, to even let you know the things that bothers them or the issues or problems they are going through if you're too strict with them.
Maybe
So,
because they are scared, you
they are
might
scared,
shout,
you know, so they're in trouble, but they're afraid to come to you because you're always shouting and then you don't give them a chance. Okay, so let's not look at it that children also deserve to be heard. Let's not just say because they are children too, or because I'm the parent so I will do as I want. No, we need to give
but
those
like
children
the
too.
strict parenting shouldn't be just about shouting at kids, right? I mean, there's a way you can be strict without actually shouting at your kids or ordering them. They just know that. You see that sometimes even a calm person and they be like, but still the children know that daddy is around now, mommy is around.
Yes, there's a way you just look at them and they know that they just have to turn, they are not doing what's right and they have to turn back. So that now depends on how most people do this thing. So some people feel it's just when they beat you. Some people feel it's when they shout. Some people feel it's when they are not too friendly with you. So if I'm laughing with these children too much, they might feel they will not respect
They'll take
me.
it for
They'll
granted.
take it for granted. But no, that shouldn't be. So yes, we should do it in a way that we don't make these children rather estranged from us. Okay, so let's do it in a way that our children can still be free to come to us and then talk freely about their worries to us.
So you definitely think that it helped you?
In a way, yes, it can help. In a way, it helps, and then in a way, it rather makes you grow up with fears, grew up with inferiority complex because you were not allowed to express yourself, you were being locked up and all that. So it has its good sides and its bad sides as well.
But do you actually think that is, should I say, largely part of the reason why most children grow up responsibly. Because for me, someone like me, my parents weren't that strict, and if you ask me to grade myself, I won't say I ended up on the irresponsible side of society and that. But my parents weren't that strict. They were always like understanding, always, should I say petting, or how do they call it? They were always those kind of parents, but I didn't end up like that. So do you feel like the strict parenting all has to be there for your kids to actually understand that this is right and this is wrong?
To a point, it needs to be there, considering like the kind of children we even have nowadays in recent times. Seriously, there's a way, if you're not strict with them, like they're not just going to listen. So to a point, you really need to handle them strictly, to really like push them to an extent, but not to watch them. Okay, you just need to see what works for this child. Okay, there are some children that if you beat them to a point, right, when it even gets to them, they don't even mind them, or they'll say, yeah, it's not just beating, you just beat and cry and to finish.
They get used to the beating.
Yes. So let's know what works for each child. Some child, once you just shout at them, they know that they have to reorder their steps. So let's just know what works for these children and then use it appropriately and at the right times, not just being using one form of discipline on all children. No. Some children, they can actually listen just by talking to them. So let's look out for such kind of kids and then treat them as such. Okay.
If you have just joined us, this is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today we are talking about strict parenting. You too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868 to share your opinion. How has strict parenting helped you, or do you think strict parenting is good or bad? Okay, so Beatrice, do you think parents who are strict instill more of discipline or fear?
It depends on how strict you are.
Okay.
If you are extremely strict, your children tend to run away from you. But there's a level you do it. Being strict doesn't have to be like always beating the child. There are some cases of punishment. Imagine, like she said, if you're always beating the child, he gets used to being like she beats just to beat. But imagine always punishing him. The punishment, I feel the punishment even.
Hello.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, I feel that the punishment even discipline the child more than the beating. Okay. So it doesn't always have to be beating and shouting. At times you sit calmly and talk to the child. He even listens.
So you don't instill fear.
Yes. Okay, in some cases now you see the children are grown up now, and then they are like far away from the parents. They don't want to come close to the parents that much like that, and that is when the parents now will be wanting we're wanting their children to be coming close to them, and then the children won't even feel
They're already used to it.
Like my dad was a very strict person.
Okay.
So when he comes, like when we just notice that he's coming, and then we're in the parlor, everybody runs.
Stand up and go. I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Even for people like me that don't should I say my parents weren't that strict. When my dad was around, I just found myself going inside. I don't know what that means.
Or if he comes unexpected, you see like everybody's just reserved, everybody's just sitting and
I don't even know. I think it's something with fathers though.
Seriously,
there's one aura that they carry.
Yes.
Okay, remember you too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868 to share your thoughts on the topic strict parenting. Okay, so Stephanie, this one is directly to you. You have kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. So which kind of parents are you? Are you strict parenting your kids or are you gentle parenting them?
I could be strict when I have to be strict.
Okay.
Yes, and I could be very gentle. Yeah, I prefer this. I want to discipline with love. So I do discipline with love. Okay, the situation whereby I discipline you and then I call you back.
Yeah.
I talk to you that this is what you did. This is and it was wrong. You shouldn't have done it this way. So next time, don't do it like this. Okay, and I still make you to apologize for what you have done. Yes, I make you see reasons why you should apologize and why you shouldn't do that. Yes, and most of the times I just feel I don't just even beat or shout. I just take away your privileges. Yes, I just get you grounded, and then that even hurts more. So when I do that, this is why it works very well. Because when I take away your privileges, you're not able to do the things you love doing. You just know that next time I have to be careful not to fall into that trouble.
Okay, but speaking of love, though, you mentioned love. Does strict parenting mean that love is not, should I say, present in that family or that upbringing? Does it mean you are not bringing up your child with love?
See, there's a way you discipline a child that you get so angry at a child that you lose it. And at that point, you're not thinking about the feelings of this child anymore. You're just disciplining anyhow, and then you're making them feel like they are not even your child anymore. You don't even think of your emotions are no longer in place now, in check. So you just, even if you're beating, you beat them mercilessly, and then you no longer think of their feelings. You no longer bring emotions into it. So that is why and then in this now, you're no longer thinking of love. There's no love in your heart. Why disciplining?
But should there even ever be a point where a parent shouldn't have love in their heart, whether even if they are disciplining their child?
There are some parents that used to forget about that.
Yes, at the point once you get them angry, they forget that. Yes, emotions are no longer in check, so they beat you. They might treat you anyhow. It's later on, after everything, they might realize themselves that I actually went too far. I actually didn't do well.
But all this while, I've always thought, even with the beatings or whatever they're doing to you, the punishments and the rest, it was always from a place of love. So does it mean that some parents, when they actually go to the extreme, it means the love disappeared for a moment? That's scary.
Well, I feel they start with love. But in a situation where this particular child has refused to listen, they begin to even resent. Yes, parents can begin to resent their children, just like children also resent their parents. It happens. Yeah, so you see some children are so I don't use the strong word hate, but it happens. Yes, that children have these feelings about their parents. That I don't like my father. I prefer this one to this one. This one is stood like this, and then they choose a particular parent.
Beatrice, comment on
over
this.
The other.
Comments. I know you were adding. Okay, yes, it's possible that the love disappears sometimes. But give more context to that. How so?
And there are some parents that they forget everything. As far as they are angry, they are just angry, and they just totally lose it, and then they tend to do. They overdo it, and then the child will now be thinking, this my mom hates me, or this my dad hates me, and then they grow with that hate too. They grow with it. They don't like children, and when you constantly remind them of something, and it's always there in their heart, and then if they grow up with it, they will not forget to. And then they end up hating that parent. I know of somebody that just hates his father because any slightest mistake, but the father beats him. If you look at his body, it's all scars.
And maybe this father is not telling him why he's beating him.
Yes,
he's being too strict.
You see, for some unnecessary reasons, you just start beating the child.
But if you look at that beating part, though, I don't even think that's like strict parenting, because if you're beating me unnecessary, it doesn't mean you're strict now. To me,
I'm sure that they are being strict on you.
If
they're making sure they beat you so that you don't do what's wrong.
If you ask the child, he'll say, my dad is too strict, my mom is too strict. And then there's somebody I know that she's always beating her children. All of her turning stick have break because of beating. And then at the end of the day, when the children grew up, and then she wanted to beat them, they stand up to her. They were fighting her. Yes, they were fighting her back. So you can see it has a very bad effect.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If you have just joined us, this is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today we are talking about strict parenting. You too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090-3648-5868. 090-3648-5868. 68 calling to tell us, as a parent, do you prefer strict parenting or gentle parenting, and what's your reasons? And also, as a child, were you strictly parented when you were growing up, or are you being parented in a gentle way? Okay, so Beatrice,
Yes.
I would like to ask, do you feel like there's a positive side to strict parenting, like not the balance? So I know you said, okay, it's always okay to balance it, to not overdo it, but the strict
Yes.
parenting, like plain strict, do you think there's a positive side to it?
Yes, there is, because
Okay, and how so?
let's say your parents restrict you to this thing, don't do this thing, and if you end up doing it, they punish you or something.
Yeah.
They are strict on you. So when you grow up, you tend to be reserved, like towards that thing. Like you just wouldn't want to do it on your own. It has been installed in you. So you won't just want to get involved in that particular thing. And then it tends to like lead you to the right path though.
You know, there are actually some things that I would do when I was younger, and when my mom complains, I'll be like, I have it figured out now. Am I even that small? Do you think I don't have sense and all of that?
Yeah.
But growing up now, I just realized that those things were actually dangerous. Like,
Yes.
I would sometimes think about, what was I even doing?
Yes, that is the
And
thing.
most children don't get to realize that as at the time
yes.
you're trying to instill that in
It's
them.
when they grow up, and then when you check back what you used to do, and then when you remember what your parents used to do to you, you just feel like, these people have
really
helped me a
saved
lot
you.
True.
though. Yes.
Okay, Stephanie, though, do you think that there's a positive side to strict parenting?
Yeah, definitely there's a positive side. There are positive sides. You see, there's this thing the Bible even says about discipline. It says no discipline at the moment, no chastisement at the moment seems pleasant.
Okay.
And it says it is he whom the Father loves that he chasteneth.
Okay, Christians
Yes.
out there, I hope you're getting that part of the
So
Bible.
when you're being disciplined, it means you care about this child, but it's not really pleasant or lovely at that moment. But it's at the end we realize that we're being done some good. So children often develop discipline when they are being disciplined strictly. They become responsible and they have respect for rules. Okay,
Yeah.
they respect rules. And then it can also help children from risky behaviors. It can save them from alcohol, from drugs, from peer pressures. I remember this story my dad used to tell us.
Okay, let's hear it.
When he was growing up, like he sent some guys, some young boys that used to smoke. So this day, they were always that's a peer pressure, always there, around him doing all these things. So one day he also sent, okay, get cigarettes for me. Okay,
Yeah.
so he gave them money to buy these cigarettes. So when they came back, he was not around. So unfortunately, I don't know if they actually planned it out or how they didn't see him, and then they decided to give it to his father and say, okay, your son sent us to buy this. The father was so surprised, and then he just kept it. And when he came back, the father called him. He said the father got a cane, that he gave him 2 strokes at his back, very painful ones. And you see, it was those 2 strokes of canes that saved him from being a smoker.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, that was in fact, he never thought of it again. He never even imagined it that, okay, he will even try it again, because those canes, they were really painful, and it really saved him from being a smoker.
But when you talk about strict parenting, drawing people out of making sure that children don't get into alcohol and a whole lot of other illegal stuff, you know that there are also children who grew up without strict parents, but they are actually on the right path. So how do you defend that?
Yes.
It's actually the strict parenting that is making the children grow up in the right manner. Is it the nature of the children? Is it because people are dealing with different children, or how do you actually defend that?
You see, some children naturally want to be good. Some children naturally they are good.
Okay,
So
based on our different human nature.
Yes, nature, they come out good, but some comes out and they want to misbehave.
Yeah.
So these ones that you've seen that they want to misbehave, and then you see that they are having friends coming around trying to pressurize them into the wrong behaviors. And if you're a parent, just sit and watch. Some parents don't even watch out for the kind of friends their children keep.
True.
So imagine you don't send these friends away. Imagine you just let them mingle with all kinds
Because
of
you
friends
don't
that you
want
don't
to hurt their
embarrass them,
feelings.
yes, or hurt their feelings or embarrass harass their friends, they are going to follow their friends' footsteps towards the wrong direction. But
Okay.
imagine that if you rise up strongly and say, I forbid you to bring this friend to this
I
house.
forbid. It's such a big word.
You understand? So
Okay.
you're firm, you're being strict. It's not something you should laugh over. You know that these friends will not do them any good. So it's not something, this is where the strictness comes in.
Okay.
You have to be strict and firm in this. That if I ever see this friend of yours here again, you have to do it some form of strict. And by the time you mean this, they know that this man
Daddy
is really
serious
serious,
this
and I
time.
must take this. I don't have to joke. Then they will just have to please keep away. My dad this, my mom said this, and all that. So
Okay.
yes, they might stay away, and that will save them.
Okay.
Now just letting them, follow all kinds of friends around. So that's why it now leads them into involving in risky behaviors. So if you're not strict with them, they will lose. They will be free. They'll have the freedom to do whatever they want. But if
Okay.
you're strict, they will also watch out.
All right. Okay. If you've just joined us, this is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And today our focus is strict parenting. You too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. To share your thoughts as a parent, are you a gentle parent or a strict parent? And as a child, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Dr. Mark. I'm calling from Masadi.
Okay, Dr. Mark, let's get your opinion.
All right. Talking about strict parenting,
Yeah.
basically, I wouldn't want to look at the all negative side of beating all the time.
Okay.
I don't. That's strictly what strict parenting means.
Mm-hmm.
Strict parenting, me, I would want to think that it's the kind of parenting where the social aspects of parenting is completely taken off. And
Yeah.
then life is seen to be more serious than it should be.
Yeah.
Where no jokes between parents and children, where parents don't see it necessary getting to know the social life of their children,
Yes.
just looking out for mistakes and all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be my own basis for coming up on the call this morning.
Okay, so sir, can I ask you a question, Dr. Mark?
Okay, yeah, please.
Okay, so would you prefer to parent your children strictly, or are you gentle with them? Which of them would you prefer and why?
Well, strictly, I wouldn't go into gentle parenting all through.
Okay.
I'll have a touch of
Hello? Hello? Okay, I think
okay.
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying I would want to have a touch of both, because I cannot strictly be a strict parent. At the same time, I would want to completely be a gentle parent.
Okay.
And then it's separate.
Okay.
This will help me to go into the child, know what the child wants, know how I could help the child.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. And you may be looking out for just things and all. Whereas, encourage the child when the child is doing well. Because,
Okay, Dr. Mark, you could call us back if you have more to say, because we are finding it difficult hearing you right now, and I think our listeners too are. Okay, that was it from Dr. Mark, and he, just like I was saying, the strict parenting is just not all about the beating and stuff. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is Doris. I'm calling from Welfare Quarters.
All right, Doris, can we get your opinion on this?
Okay, personally, as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
then from experience,
Yeah.
what I have realized is you cannot raise a child using just one pattern.
Okay.
You need to blend the two.
Mm-hmm.
And it also depends on the personality of that child.
Okay. Yeah.
Because some children, the strict parenting approach works better for them.
Mm-hmm.
While on the other hand, some go better with
The
the
gentle
gentle
parenting.
parenting.
Okay.
For instance, now, if I want to talk from my own personal experience, I have 3 children.
Okay.
My first, the strict parenting goes better, while the second one, gentle parenting, goes better. Because the second one is an introvert.
Okay.
He's very reserved, and any harsh words or any rash attitude around him makes him shrink
Okay. Okay.
into his shell.
All right.
Like a whole day, he might decide to stay indoors because we shouted at him.
Okay.
So I prefer to use the gentle parenting for him, and he understands it works very well. You see him hugging you all around, kissing you, calling you good names. When you sit him down, you explain to him why he shouldn't do this, why you need to stop him from doing this.
Yes.
But the first one, when you do that, it's like giving a dog a bone. When you are soft, when you are soft on him, he feels like you are trying to bribe him not to do what he wants to do.
Oh my God.
So he goes ahead to do it. In fact, even beyond what he would have done if
you didn't say
normally
anything.
did not talk. You understand?
Yeah.
So I am more strict with him, and then he's like the agaracha type. Let me use that word. Like, even when you shout at him, he knows that you are trying to correct him, and he takes correction and he moves. He's not reading meanings to your harsh attitude around him. At most, he can come later and tell you, "Mommy, I'm sorry, I made you shout." So it's a two-way thing. We need to blend it as parents. So for me, I blend. And even the soft one I'm talking about, there are times I use harsh approach on him.
Okay. So he can
when need
level.
arise.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, maybe sometimes they try to copy from their elder one. So maybe that one is doing something, he's following, and I'm like, you will now come and follow him and be doing. After now, if they shout at you, you go and sleep all day.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So I blend it too.
All right.
Then another part is, like, as a parent, I don't think it's right for us to judge other people's parents because we are trying to raise our own children. Right?
True. That's true. Okay.
I don't tell my children, don't make friends with this person. Every day when I'm praying for them as they are going out to school, there is one prayer point. Even them, they always pray. God, help me not to be negative influence to any child.
Yeah.
And let no child be of negative influence to me.
Okay. All right.
I explain what negative influence is to them, what negative behaviors are.
Okay.
So they watch out for them. I condemn those attitudes around them.
Okay.
So when they find a child doing that, they come and tell me, "Mommy, do you know this person tried to do this?" And I say, "So don't copy it."
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you very
they
much.
come to me and to tell me that this person is trying to be close to me and he does this, so I don't want him around me on their own.
That's good.
So I think it's wrong for us to tell people, don't follow so person's child
All
because
right.
he's doing this. Your children are also not perfect.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma, for your contribution. Okay. Our caller definitely has a lot to say.
Yeah.
And she made mention of blending it because, like Stephanie earlier mentioned, it depends on
The child.
the children. Because for her now, she has she said 2 of her kids. One, the gentle parenting goes well with him, while the other, it's like more of the strict parenting. And if you look at it, it's actually true.
Yes,
She
it
mentioned, is it the Agaracha one?
the
Something she
Agaracha,
said.
yeah.
The Agaracha one. If you're trying to gentle parent him, he's kind of looking at it like you're bribing him to not do something, maybe even for your own benefit. And at that point, children, they might actually think it's not because that thing is going to harm them or it's a bad thing. It's because you just don't, it's for your own personal
interest.
benefit. And just like our first caller also said, Dr. Mark, it's more of, it's not all about punishing them. It's just like putting certain limits to where your child should actually go to and all of that. Okay, so if you have just joined us, this is Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today we are talking about strict parenting. You too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090-3648-5868. That is 090-3648-5868 to share your opinion as a parent. Do you prefer strict parenting or gentle parenting? Or even as a kid, what would you prefer your parents raised you with, or maybe you grew up to be an adult? How has strict parenting affected you? Okay, so back to you, Beatrice.
Yes.
Do you think you would have done better, or anything would have changed if your parents maybe took it easy with you, your siblings that raised you? Do you think you would have done any better if they were easy, just simple, not actually pushing to you? Get what I mean?
Yeah, but me, I feel I'll be better because naturally, I'm not that kind of child that is very stubborn. Oh,
Agarancha.
yes, I am not. So
Okay.
I feel that I'll still be better. Oh.
Okay.
So the only strict approach they used was when I usually go out for long and then I don't come back, where they give me house arrest.
But to be honest, that going out and it can put a lot of children into
Seriously,
trouble.
in trouble, yes. And it helps when you see like other children, they say, this one I've stolen, and then I'll not be part of them.
You are just at home sitting
Yes, I'm
quietly,
just
and
at
then
home.
you're hearing.
You just be hearing all sorts of stories in the area.
Okay.
So I think
It
that
helped.
yes, it helps. So
More than how the strict parenting should have helped, or so if you were to say, okay, let's say now you are your own parents. I don't know how to put it, but you get what I'm trying to say. If you are your own parent, would you raise yourself as a strict parent or easy parent, understanding yourself and your feelings?
if I were to be a parent now, like
For
this,
yourself.
okay, for myself.
Yes, understanding your own feelings. Would you prefer
Okay.
you were raised strictly or gently?
No, I would prefer I was raised gently with a
Okay.
little touch of strictness.
A touch, just a
Just
touch
a
of.
touch.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How about you, Stephanie? Do you think, like, you yourself, if you were to raise yourself, just like I asked her, if you were to be a parent to yourself, like go back and just imagine it. Obviously, that situation cannot happen, but if you were to imagine it like that, would you parent yourself strictly or gently?
Well, if I were that, I would parent myself very gently.
Okay.
Yes,
Everybody wants gentle parenting until it comes to your own
Yeah,
kids.
because I'm actually that kind of person that listens to instructions. Yes,
Okay.
I adhere to instructions. Yes, I prefer, like, once you tell me a thing and you tell me the good reasons and sides to it, I adhere to it very well.
So it just depends on understanding your child.
Yes.
Yes, and then just know what works for them, what works for each.
Some parents don't take their time to understand their children. Everything is just wow. They don't take time to really understand the child.
But personally, I'm like the opposite of the Agarancha. So if you were actually strictly doing things and all of that, I would fall out too. I would I would break down. It will hurt my feelings because I would prefer someone say
Yeah.
something to me softly.
yes.
Because some children, even if you're that over strict to them, they even turn out to be more rebellious.
Very
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always work.
Okay. So after asking the positive sides, I would also like to ask Stephanie, what effects can strict parenting have on a child's confidence? You know, like in the long run, when they are all grown up, or even while they are still younger. Do you think there are any effects, and what are they?
Yeah, so we should then know when's the limits to these things. We should know when to stop. For
Okay.
instance, you're taking decisions for a child, and then when this child gets to some level, you should know that at this point, let me give this child the opportunity to take decisions by themselves. Because if you don't do this, in the long run, they are faced with challenges, and then they
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
True.
Even right there at the university, you're not there with them, but then they are looking up to, waiting for you. That there are some decisions they might need to take, but they're not able to do it on their own. They are waiting, or
But if you had instilled that in them
yes,
at that moment, they'll say,
yes,
"Mommy
they'll
would
go
have
ahead
done
and
this."
do this. Yes, but if you don't, they now have this confusion. Okay, what am I to do? My parents always does this, for my parents always does that. So now they're not here. I'll have to reach out to them first. You know, so it affects their decision making. It gives them, they lack confidence. Yes, to do certain things by themselves. They can't just stand on their own and do a thing or take a decision.
Okay, but Stephanie, let's look at it in
Yes.
this manner. Like, does it affect the level of confidence that they have out there? Because let's say their parents were always, you know how strict parenting comes with now, you know all the other things that it comes with. So maybe because their parents always thought they weren't right, they were strict about a whole lot of things, and then maybe when they go out there, they are kind of scared to blend in with the world because they feel they will always be wrong, or some kind of to avoid getting shouted on, or to avoid some kind of consequences. Do you think in that light strict parenting actually has effects on the children badly?
It does have bad effects on the children because they grow up with low self-esteem.
Okay.
Yes, their self-esteem is being tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bold enough to stand and argue, talk. I mean, matters of importance
Because they feel like
among
they don't
their
know
peers.
it.
Yes, they cannot even defend themselves. They cannot even stand and say something that it's meaningful because they are afraid. What if it, because this fear has been there in them, they were not allowed to take decisions, they were not allowed to speak,
Yeah.
they were not allowed to say, they didn't have a say. So even among their peers, they are afraid.
Okay.
They can't stand up to their peers, so it affects their self-confidence.
But people can actually be strict and still have like let your children have a say now. I think that's
Yeah.
extreme to actually not let them have a say.
Some of these children just have to come out of these things by themselves.
Okay.
Yes, so if you're the kind of child that can overcome all of these situations and then actually take it up upon yourself to come out of from the background you had that was strict, and then you're able to still stand on your own, fine. But some are not able, and then they
Okay.
remain in that shell, and then they lost their self-confidence.
Okay, if you have just joined us, remember you too can be part of this discussion when you call us on 090 3648 5868. That is 090 3648 5868. Calling to tell us what effect strict parenting has on a child's confidence. Okay, so Beatrice,
Yes.
what would you say? What other effects do you think strict parenting has on a child's confidence?
Well, in some cases where parents are being very strict and they isolate their children, the children, okay, now when they tend to go out, they become like very free that they even do like more than what, okay, they will be like, okay, so my mom said, let me not do
I
that.
already get
let me,
what you're
let me
you're
do
trying
it.
to
And
say.
yes, so you see, there are some that because they are not close to their parents, they tend to misbehave when they go out.
True.
They just do what
Finally,
they
this
want. Yes,
opportunity.
they feel free, and then they overtake the freedom, and then they
end up doing
yes,
too
The wrong
yes.
way.
So it's just like at every stage you should allow your child actually know what they are supposed to know.
Yes.
If not, if they're just getting to learn about it, it's more like, wow, so this thing has been there all
yes,
through. I want to know, I want to okay, I get that point. So but you know, I asked if you were a parent to yourself, how you would raise yourself. So you now, when you become a parent, how would you raise your kids? Would you be strict, or would you be gentle with them, or how would you do it? Give us one secret. How would you do it?
Me, I will take my time to understand my child first.
Okay.
And then, like the caller said,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, like how to parent your child, like how the child is naturally. Children comes in different way. They come with their different nature. So you understand them, and then that will help you parent them well. Some go with a strict parenting, and some go with
Okay.
a
Now that
gentle
you
one.
mentioned the caller, though, let me draw back to what she said concerning not allowing your kids to be friends with other kids who you feel like aren't good influence on your own children. I don't know, what would you say about that? Do you think it's unfair to ask your children, don't mix up with these guys, they are not good? Do you think it's fair?
No, it is not. Okay, me, I'll feel like my child is not like that. What if they also influence like now my child also influence those children now? You know, it will be good.
I'm not even thinking twice about it. Don't go near them.
No,
Don't go near them.
No.
Don't go. You know, there's a certain age that I feel like the children will not be able to understand that, okay, I cannot get influenced easily. But me, when they are still children, like children, I'm not letting it happen. No
No, that is
no
true,
matter,
yes.
it's not like I'm judging other people's children, but like leave my own for me. You don't know where we came
the thing
from.
is, we have failed parents. Their parents have failed already in training, in bringing up their children. Let's not argue that fact. It's a fact. It's there. And then we have children that are good. We have children that are bad. That one is there.
That's true.
It's not something to argue about. So it's not like you're making the other children feel like. Then if they are feeling like that, then let them turn to be good. Let them follow the good way you're trying to.
Some of those children even know that they are
They
bad.
know that they are bad. They know they are
though.
smoking. My child is not smoking. I want me to allow him to be moving around guys that smoke, that drink. He will definitely join them.
I'm on this one with you.
He will definitely join them. So
don't
you
near
know
my
this is
child.
who you are. And then you want someone else who is not to join. They even look for a way to recruit other people to be like them. Because they know
Yeah,
this is
it's
who they
true.
are. And then I'll still allow you to go, no. But when you get to that stage where you can make decisions by yourself, fine. That one you know that I've already taught you and you know that, okay, this is not good, this is good. So you're not left on your own to make decisions.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough, because like I was saying, for me personally too, I'm not letting my child go and mix up there. Don't infect him with whatever you have, wherever you got that attitude from. You cannot transfer it to my child, because whether you like it or not, children are always children.
Yes.
And they tend to get influenced easily.
No, that is
So
true.
no, for me it's a no. A no. Maybe you have your ways, Beatrice. That's
Yeah.
why you feel like, okay.
And what I was trying to refer to was when they at some point that they know the difference between right and wrong.
At that stage, you know that even if you go out there,
Yes.
because me now, there's no place that you put me in, and the bad thing will be influencing me more than the good place. I don't know. I don't mean to be proud, but like,
but at
there's
least now you already know who you are, what you want in life. So
Okay. So Beatrice, can you give us like a final word? What's the best way for parents to be firm without being too strict? What would you advise?
Yeah, I would advise parents to blend it.
Okay.
Like, yes, you should blend it.
Yeah.
You should use the both approach in training your child. You cannot train your child without being strict, and you cannot train your child with just being this thing.
Or just being strict.
Yes, so you should blend it.
Okay.
You should do both. Yes.
All right. How about you, Stephanie?
Yeah,
What's
so-
your final word? How would you advise parents to go about it?
I'll just say parents should go with being parenting children in an authoritative way. That is called authoritative parenting. They should just know their authority as parents over their children, and then let it come with let the strictness be balanced with warmth, understanding, and love. Okay, so when this goes together and there's a balance in everything, I think it works more.
Okay. What would you say though about the love aspect? You know, we're talking about love. Is it actually right for a parent to lose it at some point? Like there's no that love in them again. I mean, it's not to judge, because it's our human nature. Sometimes we tend to do things that we actually might not want to do. But how would you advise parents to handle that when they feel like they are now parenting their children and that love is absent?
So the thing is that don't just deny them certain things, okay? Don't just deny them privileges because you feel because they are just children or because they've done something and you cannot forgive. No, these are your children. You should first of all know that you love them and you're disciplining them because you love them. So don't overdo it. Don't get so angry at a child that you take decisions that will turn around to affect this child in a negative way. Let's be conscious even while disciplining children.
Yeah, don't lose the
lose
consciousness.
it.
Okay. All right, and that's all for Speed Lane today on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. We have been looking at strict parenting, and the lesson is clear: firmness should always be balanced with love and communication. So don't forget to remember, discipline may shape behavior, but connection shapes character. Coming up after the news by 10 is King James Top 90s. That's 90s top 10. Sorry. Stay tuned for more exciting programs coming up right here on Speed FM. You have been listening to Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host, Mary Cynthia. I've been here with
Uja Beatrice.
And Stephanie.
And together we are saying bye.